Get started now. Hey everybody, it's your girl Anaya A, and I'm live here with you on a number of platforms. And right before I got started tonight, I went into the freezer. I'm going to start off with this little story. I went into the freezer, and as I was going to get some ice, because the temperature in New York City is like interesting. It's like not cold, cold, but it's not warm, warm because we're in the fall season, right? And as I was going into the freezer before we start the show tonight, I went and I got the ice tray because I'm old school. I got the ice tray or whatever. So I go get the ice tray, and all of a sudden I noticed that some of the ice wasn't fully frozen. So here I go, before, being logical, one of the first things that came to my mind is, oh my God, the freezer must not be working right now because some of the ice isn't frozen. And then it dawned on me at the moment that, oh shoot, maybe my husband just added more water to the ice tray, and maybe that's why some of that ice wasn't yet frozen. And in essence, I wanted to share that story before we go and get started, because in life, we shouldn't just jump to conclusions when we see something out of pocket, because automatically I was about to get real afraid because we just had a situation with the freezer and we had to get it fixed, right? And things were not freezing, and then things were not getting cold in the refrigerator. I just wanted to share that little story with somebody today, because sometimes we just have to take a pause, a deep breath, and realize that we don't have to jump to conclusions. The freezer had nothing wrong with it. It was my husband literally adding some water to the ice tray to get more ice going. And hence, I was under the impression that the freezer was not working. I wanted to share that with somebody tonight, because sometimes we just jump to conclusions so quickly, but we have to pause. We should pause sometimes and let things, you know, manifest before we jump to conclusions. And with that being said, we're going to get started tonight. It's your girl, Nia A, and I'm going to try not to cry. Thank you so much for all the love already. I see all the hearts. Thank you so much. I don't know where the hearts are coming from on Instagram, but I appreciate you. Let me know where you're watching from, wherever you are, on IG, on Facebook. Because it means a lot to me to know where you're watching from. And without further ado, tonight's show is dedicated to a very special person. If you haven't seen in the news recently, a very special person in the Haitian community has gone to be with the Lord. And I can say that he has gone to be with the Lord because I know this man's heart. I know that this man was living his life to help people, to give back, to manifest beauty and justice and love for all. And I know this man is with God now. And tonight we're going to dedicate this platform to him. We're not going to just dedicate tonight's platform to him. We're going to be dedicating a lot more, because we were supposed to have an event together and he's gone now. But guess what? We're going to continue to move forward. And for those who were a part of this platform where Mikaben and Anaya A were working together to have bringing Haiti to Harlem, we're going to talk very soon. This has been a very hard past few days, but I'm back, and we are going to manifest greatness in the name of Mikaben. And so for right now, we're going to play this song. And I'm going to try not to cry, but if you guys know anything about me, you'll recall last year, every show almost for like weeks and months, like solid, I was playing this song. I had met Mika Ben several times prior to having a direct connection with him in regards to creating this platform, bringing Haiti to Harlem. And I had met him several times. We've taken pictures in the clubs. We've been all over. He's been in Florida. He's traveled, performed. And every time I would see him, we would just catch up, just a brief what's up and take a picture. And then that would be it, because he's a major celebrity and entertainer. And I hated being in these celebrities' faces like that, because I'm not a groupie. I have a business that I'm running, and I wanted to just say what's up all the time and just, see how the music industry was going. And that was it. And then I created the platform, Bringing Haiti to Harlem, and being a Haitian activist under the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton, creating different platforms for our community, working to help our migrants, who are traveling in and who needed due process and to end Title 42, we got reconnected by a very dear brother. And tonight we're going to play this song that I would play.
Haïti, c'est belle la mer, c'est belle montagne, le paysage appelle rouler. Haïti, c'est sans café, monter dans les matins, c'est sans la où c'est fait causer. Boufflet et bassin blé, cascade pichon avec sodo, c'est Acadé, la citadelle, c'est la bâtie à Marie, Sali à Sabrigo, c'est mon la selle, Big Macaya, c'est Mamla d'Apon Bilbogo. Pistache, son gigolet qui court en force, son bouteille pour la bière, son tasseau, son bon légume avec sirop, son bon tiri avec cadeau. Haïti, son bon bouillon, son soujou, catrapé dans la casse. Haïti, son bon dongouek, à mariner nos bons sauces, son bois cochon, bon clé. Haïti, son bon café d'histoire. When we live together, Haïti, je vais quitter. Haïti, je vais Haïti, je m'adore, quitter. Haïti, son belle musique, son bon à pied, son troubadour, son kata cérémonie, son quoi c'est des ancêtres qui débrouillent, c'est là l'esclavage d'aboli, son telle liberté à côté. Haïti, c'est festimation dans le carnaval, c'est yon ici les pages en fête. Haïti, son bon baiser, son domino, son bon droit, son réveillon. Côté Haïti, c'est yon combi de pays en cap sec les la tête. C'est petit machin pour cap descendre. Y'a le gourmet à répéter yon bel ami. C'est de l'eau rigole la cap descendre. Côté le galaté, puis après tout chanter. C'est la boucle pour mauvais sang. Chaque mot il l'a pris. On la vraie réalité, Paris, c'est un cas chanté. Haïti, when we live together, Haïti, chérie, on garde un père, ouais, qui t'aime. Haïti, chérie, je together, Haïti, chérie, je m'adore, ouais, qui t'aime. Haïti, c'est yon maman qui compte ça, yon relève. Yon femme qui champion. Haïti, c'est yon belle femme qui, même s'il passe en misère, il toujours font changer. Et puis, c'est ça yon qui fait que nous aimons. Même si nous la longue connaît, toujours là pour nous. Haïti, chez nous, même là pour chez nous. Ça doit pas changer.
All right, guys. Oh my God, I'm trying not to get emotional. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So again, that was Ayiti Saved by the one and only Mikaben. He was not just a singer, right? This man was a legend. He literally did so much, so much, so much between singing, producing, writing music for other Haitian artists. I believe he wrote music for American artists as well. Excuse me. He was the type of person that didn't let life stop him no matter what was going on. He was always having fun. And people are probably wondering, well, how do I know him so well? Well, let me shout out the person that really introduced me to him so that we could get working together. His name is Bendino Camilo. A lot of people know Bendino in the community. Excuse me. A lot of people know Bendino in the community as a leader and somebody who does a lot of great artwork and things of that nature. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And one of the things about meeting Bendino and working with him in regards to bringing justice, peace, love, etc. to Haiti was that he right away was like, Anaya, I think that Mikaben will support and help. And he was right. He was not only there to support and help bring the pieces together, but he wanted to make a greater difference in Haiti. Welcome, Daybreak. Welcome. He wanted to make a greater difference in Haiti. He wanted us to overcome a lot of the pain, a lot of the problems that we were facing in our motherland. He wanted us to build and to grow. And literally, the thing that really gets to me and breaks my heart is that right when, oh my God, I could cry. Right when everything was in planification mode with this event, and it wasn't just an event, it was going to be bigger than just bringing Haiti to Harlem. Like I had a lot of plans, Bandino had plans, Mika had plans. It was like a partnership to really make the greater difference in the community. And right as we were planifying and getting everything together and working together, you guys will never believe this. I had the craziest thing happen in my life where we found out that my sister was murdered in Denver, Colorado by her white boyfriend. And literally, I had to stop production. Can you believe that? So as Mikaben and I were working together with his brother, who's his producer, T. Lionel, because if you guys don't know too, the Benjamin family is pretty well known in Haiti because of their father, Lionel Benjamin, who did a whole lot in the music industry, who did so many great things for the community. And one of the things that happened is I literally lost contact with these brothers because I was dealing with not only my sister that was murdered, but I was also literally dealing with the problems of Haiti as an activist. And I was traveling from place to place to place, fighting for Haiti, back and forth to Washington, D.C., South Florida. I ended up getting invited to a very special, doctorate program in South Florida. Got flown everywhere within those few months. And then right after that occurred, guys, I found out that I was having a baby, a miracle baby. But here's why I'm bringing all of this up to you this evening. Well, Mika Ben and his brother T. Lionel never forgot about your girl Anaya A. And here I was literally traveling and speaking and up and down and having to take such a huge break because I found out I was carrying my seed, my child. I guess for the man it's the seed or what have you, but for me it was my purpose, my future. And so as I was wrapped up in carrying this miracle baby and going through the storm of motherhood and getting prepared to birth a nation, I literally forgot about Haiti to Harlem because at the moment it was all about me giving birth to King, literally King. And I say that to say, I now see what God is doing. At first, I was beating myself up, guys. You have no idea. When I first found out that Mika left us, right? I was so brokenhearted. You guys don't even know. Like, you could ask my husband, you could ask my girl Trina, you could ask anybody in my circle. I was literally so brokenhearted because I was like, how could I lose touch with these brothers? We were so connected. And when I went back into my WhatsApp and into my messages, Mika's communication was right there, his text messages, his voice notes. And I literally broke down again and again and again because here I was in the midst of bringing forth a king. And yet I didn't even have a second to go back and say, hey, this is what's happening because life got the best of me. But yes, I did birth a beautiful king. Yes, I am happy to be a mother, but I beat myself up because at that moment, I forgot to reach back. And it didn't just happen with one person, it happened with multiple people. I just feel so brokenhearted. And then God showed me something. God helped me to not be so devastated because God showed me that I was birthing a purpose and I can't beat myself up. Do I feel horrible? Absolutely. But at the same token, I feel like too, maybe, just hear me out, God had to remove me a little bit because of how emotional I get connected to people, God had to possibly remove me a little bit more so that my heart wouldn't be completely crushed, because we never know when our last day is. And people seem to be dying a whole lot more of heart attacks in their youth than I've ever seen in life. So I just had to share that with you guys, that this man did so much for the country. He died wearing the Haitian flag. Tonight, let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you something real quick. I'm not even putting on the Haitian flag. You know why? Because my country does not deserve the Haitian flag tonight. You know, the worst thing that could have ever happened was the fact that I found out that Mika literally died of a broken heart. Mikaben was stressed out because they kidnapped his cousin. And what I wanted to share about that this evening is he died of a broken heart. Yes, he did. Absolutely, positively. And as much as we go hard for this country, it's like this country does not go hard for us. How did these kidnappers have the audacity? Thank you so much, purpose underscore powerhouse. How did these kidnappers have the mitigated gall to go after Mikaben's cousin, somebody he loved so much? Why are our Haitian people doing this to ourselves and to the community? And now America has to go in, guys. America has to go in with the troops. I said it. If you go back, you'll see. I said it a number of times that that's what's going to happen, because our country does not respect itself to understand that the fighting has to end. The hunger needs to end. The killings needs to end. The murders need to end. The suicide needs to end. The problems with infrastructure needs to end. Yet you guys let Biden and his cronies come back into Haiti, and you're going to cry tomorrow. Mikaben was the perfect example of loving his country to death. The man died of a freaking broken heart. I'm trying not to get loud because I have a son who is sleeping right now. But I'm so hurt. I'm so distraught. And people would tell me, Anaya, be careful, because you go in so hard for Haiti, but does Haiti go hard for you? And I was told this. I was told, Anaya, be careful in going so hard for Haiti, because you have a rare medical condition. You have issues with your health. And if you keep going hard like this, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And what's going to happen is, God forbid, you may die and they will continue to live their lives. So I took a step back. Not because I'm selfish, but because God finally blessed my womb, ladies and gentlemen. God finally said, enough is enough. And I am going to give Anaya what she's been praying for. Come on, I need y'all to testify. God said, I will bless your womb, Anaya. You are my child. You have worked for me. You have worked for the people. You have given endlessly and relentlessly and unselfishly, AKA selflessly. And because of your tenacity, I will bless your womb. And he did. And so in the midst of the fighting, in the midst of the chaos, I stopped, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I did. I stopped and I took care of myself as much as heavenly possible, because what God was blessing me with was something I had been prayed for. I need y'all to talk to me. I had been prayed for a child. I had been prayed for God to bless my womb. We need to see our country doing better. Purpose underscore powerhouse says, I love what you said, because us that are from different countries, we want to see our country do good. Absolutely. And if you want to join my live right now, please call in by dialing 436-905. I want to say. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you exactly what the number is. The number to dial in right now is 436-903-4585. If you want to join my live right now, please just dial that number. There is no passcode. I want you to be a part of this live and share your experiences and share what you have to say. Because right now, Haiti is a mess. But guys, it's not just Haiti. No, no, no. It's not just Haiti. My husband is from a country by the name of Burkina Faso in West Africa. Yes, they are francophone. They speak Francais. Burkina Faso is going through hell. Then I found out another place is going through hell as well by the name of Jamaica. There are so many countries right now going through hell. And a lot of us, the diaspora, who want to go to these countries and go back to the motherlands of our native forefathers, we can't do so. So instead, we remain here in this country eating over processed foods. At least we have clean water, though. At least we have rights in the streets, not as much as we would want, because at the end of the day, they're still killing us like dogs. But there's what you call a due process, and they will have their day in court. Is that happening in Haiti right now or Jamaica? Because Purpose underscore Powerhouse says they're from Jamaica. Is this occurring in Jamaica? Is this occurring in Africa? Are any peoples being held accountable in some of our foreign countries? Many times, no. In America, I hate to say it, do they put their knees on our necks? Absolutely positive. Yes, they do. However, they have to see their day in court. Whereas in Haiti right now, let me tell you something about Haiti. And if you're talking to me right now, please do me a favor. Please follow me on all my social media. Right there, you'll see Anaya A Show. Please, please, please go ahead and inbox me, follow me, and we will talk after this live. Please, I promise you, I'll respond to you. Let me tell you something. Yes, Americans and white supremacists and white racists, they put their knees on our necks. We know that for sure. We know that. However, they still have to go to court. But in Haiti, whose court are they going to? In Haiti, they're getting away with murder every day. Matter of fact, one of the reasons I feel like my brother, Mika Ben, might have died is not just because of his cousin, a very powerful and famous photographer, but I feel like Mika overall died of a broken heart because of the way the country is being ran presently. I said it. I said it. I need you guys to understand something. I'm not going to hold my tongue. No, I'm not. Not tonight. Because this brother wanted effective change. Mikaben was literally fighting for change. And how was he doing it? He wasn't a politician. No, no, no. He wasn't out there protesting like your girl and I, ain't no justice, no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. That's not how Mika Ben was doing it. Mika Ben was doing it through his music. Mika Ben was doing it through connecting with the American media as well as with the Haitian media and creating a synergy. I need y'all to catch this so that the communities overall would learn what's going on in his native country and see the beautiful parts of Haiti and see that we need effective change. Because let me tell you something. You don't always have to be a politician, and you sure as hell don't always have to be on the front lines like me, fighting for justice. You could do it through creative outsources, resources, and different ways of bringing people together. So Mika wasn't an activist in the way that you see Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton, or you see Anaya A, or you see Dr. Jesse Jackson. No, no, no. He did it through his music. Almost, if you will, like a brother Bob Marley. Because didn't Bob Marley back in the day share how he felt through his lyrics and brought peace to communities. Hey, I need y'all to talk to me tonight. And if you're on now, again, you can join me at 436-903-4585 on Zoom. Type it in. We have somebody watching on Zoom now. If you'd like to introduce yourself, feel free to introduce yourself. David's Tab S7. I'm here tonight to discuss Mikaben. I'm here to discuss Haiti, which is what we're doing. And I'm also here to discuss something that we usually would be discussing every Wednesday, but that was before I got pregnant and I had to take a major break, and then, giving birth to a little king. Hello, I had to attend to him, but tonight he's giving me a little break, honey. Economic empowerment, economic crisis right now that we're going through. Either we could look at it in a positive way or a negative way, or just be real. Some of us can't even afford a gallon of milk presently because inflation is so bad that a gallon of damn it milk is $7 a gallon. Let me sip on my wine. While y'all worried about the milk, I'm worried about the wine. Yes, I'm sipping on a little red wine this evening in memory of Mikaben and in hopes that Haiti will do a lot better, but also because, damn it, my nerves are bad. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I never want to lie. I never want to lie to my viewers, to those that love me and whom I love. I stopped drinking alcohol, wine, you name it, for almost a year straight, and then it hit me that, oh my God, Jesus turned water into wine. Therefore, I can have a little wine again. But either way, let's not lie to ourselves. With all the crap I have to deal with, you can't turn around. You can't turn on a TV. You can't do anything without getting bad news. And I just want to wake up sometimes and get good news. Is that too much to ask? I want to wake up sometimes and hear, Anaya, hey, you won $1 million. Because with that $1 million, I'll be able to help people and feel even better about myself as I continue to grow, especially with my platforms, right? But no, nobody's calling Anaya with, Anaya A, you won $1 million. You know what they're calling me with? Anaya A, Mikaben is gone. Somebody that you loved so much and that you listened to his music and that you held very near and dear to your heart. Then I get calls today because I'm scheduled to be on a few different platforms, guys. And I gotta be real with you. Like, I thought disappearing for a while and having a baby, people would forget my name, people would forget my activism work. No, no, no. I am scheduled to be interviewed on several platforms in the coming weeks. And one of the interviewers hit me up this morning, bright and early, to let me know that, America is going into Haiti again. Yeah, America is going back into Haiti and it's going to be warfare. But here's the thing about America. And if you again want to join me on this live, feel free to dial in at 436-903-4585. Again, 436-903-4585 on the Anaya H Show. We're on Zoom. You don't need a passcode because I want to hear from you all this evening. Here's the thing about America going into Haiti, right? And I'm going to say this, and I know people are going to talk crap about me later, and I don't care because it's literally the way I feel. You know what I mean? Well, here's the thing about what's going on in Haiti presently, and you guys can agree. You don't have to agree. I don't care because I just feel the way I feel. What you're seeing presently is the American people, white America, the Canadians, Europeans, etc., they set this fire. They sure did. They set the fire only for us to call them to put out the fire. And once they're in our land, again, putting out the fire, you know what's going to happen? We're going to need them to rebuild our land. I'm saying it live because who's going to check me? Who's going to come for me? This is how I feel because this is what's been happening over and over and over from the beginning of time. Welcome, my sister Trina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, hey, it's all negative for people like us. Absolutely, sis. I'm seeing the messages now. You all leave your messages or come and join me live. I know people are going to have their feathers ruffled by the things that I'm saying, but I don't care because at the end of the day, it's truth. We're speaking truth to power on this evening. Welcome.
Oh, I cannot, for some reason, show my face because the camera's not allowing me. However, I wanted to say
Thank you,
really
sis.
quickly,
Welcome.
really quickly before I go, is that thank you, is for poverty-stricken people like us ourselves. The inflation is horrible for us
Yes.
because most of us struggle just to get by, just to pay rent, you know. And today I was walking on my building and I seen like one of the neighbors, her her lights were cut off, so she had to use like the building electricity. So
No.
when we talk about inflation, and for us, it's never a good thing. And you know, it's good for the rich because they got it. It's good for the wealthy because they got it. But for people like us that don't have it, inflation is never good for us.
Never. And break down what you mean for those that are rich, they benefit from inflation. For those that don't understand and don't also understand when it comes to the war and what it means for the rich, because a lot of people don't get it. Keep talking, sis. I'm getting king. You already know. He up, he up. We hear your voice, sis. Keep
So
talking.
as far as like the rich, they already pretty much have it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not a struggle for them. You know what I mean? Like they don't have to work as hard. And what a lot of wealthy people, what they do is they work smarter, not harder. And so what I'm saying is for us as people of color and stuff like that, we have to get into our own entrepreneurship. We have to start creating businesses. We have to start owning businesses. We have to start doing things that's gonna bring us residual income, because like at this point right now, because of the inflation and stuff like that, we don't need to be stuck, because this is what is going on right now, that a lot of us are stuck.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Continue. And what about your neighbor? Do you think any help will come for her? Because that's insane.
Yes, what I think is going to happen is that the building is going to either like they're going to come together and help her, or either she'll get the money on her own. But usually, you know, with people of color, we fend for ourselves. So
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm bringing the baby in. I don't want him on the live. But oh my
all
God.
right. All right, girl, I gotta go. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. I love you.
I love you. Thank you so much. I played Mikaben's song and I'm going to keep talking about all his work this evening. But before you head out, you know about Mikaben and you've watched the show. What would you like to share about Mikaben or what you've seen real quick before you go? Like so far about his music and about his legacy that he left behind.
So what I know about him so far, and speaking to a couple of my Haitian people, is that he was a real positive person. You know, the negative and the drama and all that stuff, he just wasn't with. And from what I know is that he had such a beautiful, radiant smile that lit up the room.
Thank you so much, sister.
And he's a family man, and he was committed to his wife and his kids.
Absolutely. And to the country. He died with a Haitian flag on his neck. Can you believe that?
That's real.
It's real. But I know you have to go, my love. We'll see each other very soon.
All right. Hey, King.
He's like, hey.
I love him.
He hears your voice. He wants to see your face, but I'm not putting him on the camera. You know, his father be like, don't put my son on that camera. You know, but I showed his pictures today. Everybody was loving it up. I'm so happy.
We're going to talk about King another time.
Yes, ma'am.
I love you guys. All right,
love you, sis.
later.
Later, my love. Be safe. You just heard from my sister, Trina Davis, who definitely knows her stuff when it comes to the economics of the world, when it comes to what's happening presently. And she, like me, is an anti-vaxxer. We are not playing when it comes to the vaccinations. That's another thing. And I wanted to bring that up because as of late, a lot of younger people are dying of heart attacks, which has never happened ever. in all my years of living. And I want to know what you guys think about that. It's a little off topic, but then again, it's not, because of the fact that we want to discuss the things that are plaguing our communities presently. So if you're watching this evening and you want to add your 2 cents, join us at 436 903 4585. If you want to join us right now, the number to dial in on Zoom is 436 903 4585. We're going to be here for just a little while. As you know, the king has made his grand re-entrance and he is up now, so he's going to need his milk. And then speaking about milk, we were just talking about inflation. You know, a gallon of milk presently is $7 a gallon. You know, a bottle of water for the baby, right? His baby water is $3 a gallon. Also, milk formula, although we're going through what you call a shortage or what have you, King's baby formula is $24 for a container of milk. And I heard like a few years ago, like 10 years ago or so, it was nowhere near that, right? So where are we going in America? So I talk about how we have all these positive things when it comes to America, like safety, like running water, like housing and education. But then there's a flip side to that, because at the end of the day, we have what you call inflation, as well as a lot of people, excuse me, can't even keep their lights on right now. So Sister Trina just shared something very powerful, that her neighbor doesn't have electricity right now. Her lights are off. It's getting colder. What we have to consider is the fact that it's getting real cold. It's getting brick out here. So with this elderly woman, I'm assuming, right? As it's getting colder, what is she gonna do for the winter time? Will she be able to have heat for the winter time? These are issues that are plaguing our communities. Yes, we may have more than other nations and communities and things of that nature, but we have to keep in account that there are certain things that are happening to our neighbors in our communities that's plaguing people that look like you and me. Join us, 436 903 4585. Join us now. And also know that tonight we're talking about Mikaben, a world famous celebrity, Haitian roots, who made it to the American media outlet. Mikaben made it like to Love and Hip Hop Miami. He was co-starring with, you know, people like Florence, I want to say her name is, and Marlo. Trina had to teach me some of these names, honey, because I don't watch Love and Marriage, you know, or Love and Hip Hop Miami. I love like Love and Marriage, you know, Huntsville, and you know the Love and Marriage platforms, you know, that are in Atlanta and things like that. But I never watched the ones that were in Miami, so I didn't even know that these were some of the names, Milo, and I want to say Florence and things of that nature. So either way, he made it. He was a producer. He was doing greater things in our community. He was sharing love and light. Like Trina said, he had a beautiful smile. He definitely shared his love and light with his community, those around him. And Sis is back. Talk to me.
Sis, you know I'm back because you said something about homeless people and being warm, right? And this is my whole issue with United States. United States have so much freaking funding, and it's one of the most richest countries. And I don't understand why there's homeless people. I don't understand why there's people sleeping underneath the bridge. You know what I mean? And this president wants to get, I can't say this too loud because you know what it's like, he pumping gas right now. But anyway, I don't understand how this president is giving X amount of dollars to Ukraine, but he's not taking care of what's going on here. And then let's talk about the people that are being shipped from Texas. Like, why are they being shipped from Texas? New York City, we already got enough problems of our own. And I guarantee you, because of the color of their skin and where they're from, they're going to be taken care of much better than the people that are already here.
That part. Because let's not forget the reason why I got arrested on the Brooklyn Bridge with a friend of ours, right? A mutual friend of ours, was because of the mistreatment of our Haitian people. And many of them already had family and friends here, but they were shipped back to Haiti. Amen. They were shipped back to Haiti. Most of them never lived in Haiti, but people that don't look like you and me, they're getting a free ride in a fancy car to come right here into the United States, sis. Make it make sense. So I'm glad you joined in regards to homelessness, because as we know, that is one of the biggest issues that we have in America. How is it that you could spend 70 years working? I like to say 50 to 70 years working in America. And when you become a senior citizen, you don't even have enough money to eat. You don't have enough money for housing. How? It does not make sense. And if you're watching now, I see so many people on Instagram. If you're watching now and you want to leave your comment, please do so. Feel free to leave your comments and share how you feel about this subject, or come on live with us, because this subject is real. And I'm so sorry for my sister's neighbor, right, who doesn't even have electricity right now, who has to steal the electricity from the government, from the building. And I was going to wait till afterwards, sis, to tell you that they need to contact, or you need to probably help her get in contact, because her and I have the same heart. Trina, I know, is going to go to bat for this woman. I can give you the state senator's information or the council person in your district so that you can reach out to them. And we might need to get Chris Banks and Rev Kev McCall. Yes, I'm putting their information out there on blast, as well as Peter Zaquan Jones, to stand up and get this woman the help that she needs. Those three brothers there, I call them out. No matter how long it's been since we've spoken, we're about the work. And we might need to give them a call and say, no justice, no peace. It's time to come and help Miss Old Lady, because they need the help right now. Right now, because it's getting colder. And we're not playing with the United States government right now. When it comes to our elders, we got to do better. When it comes to the senior citizens, we cannot turn a blind eye, because one day, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to be senior citizens. So what are we going to do then if we don't advocate for those now? Thank you, my sister. We are going to work together. David, you can unmute yourself. Welcome to the Anaya A Show. Unmute yourself, please. And let me know, how did you find out about us tonight?
Hello, Anaya. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. And actually, this is the first time I actually participate in your show, and I saw the Zoom link pop up in one of the first Haiti group that I have on WhatsApp.
Excellent.
And once it popped up, it seemed like it was something interesting. It's just like I just literally put it on my cell phone, see what was going on. Then I switched from my computer to watch
Okay.
the Zoom. And it's actually very you speaking some facts about the Black community, about the Haitian community too. And those are the things that our leaders are not talking about. Those are the things that's in the background. People fail to understand what's important to our community in order for us to keep moving, forward.
Yes.
I was born in Haiti, grew up in America. I saw the politics, how they treat us in terms of Black people in general, and I am an insurance agent. I literally see the importance of economic, a lot of people they fail to teach us, they fail to make us understand how important economic is in our community.
Correct.
In order for us to constantly move forward, in order for us to better ourselves, we have to understand the basic of economic, how group economic is important.
Yes.
Because everybody, in terms of group economic, everybody is actually participating in some type of economic structure, but the Black community is not doing that. I believe that is the downfall of the Black community, and also the Hispanic community too. And let's talk about Haiti a little bit. I see you like you're very passionate. Have you ever been to Haiti?
I have. Oh my God. I didn't grow up there, but we would spend like summers in Haiti with my family. And also my grandmother was a very big businesswoman in Haiti, and my grandfather was the colonel of the Haitian army. So if you see me passionate about Haiti, I love Haiti, and I guess this is our first time communicating, David. So I mean, I thought maybe you knew me from somewhere, and that's why you joined. But welcome again to the platform.
No, no, it's just like sometimes you know how like idea flow, you know how like the law of attraction, you
Yes,
actually attract people that they're communicating, they're vibrating the same thing that you attract to. And
absolutely.
literally, man, the Haitian community need a leader like you. And the leader, they definitely do. The leaders are sold out in the Haitian community, they mistreat the people, you know and as a young, vibrant, vibrant woman that's coming up, what I mean, we need your voice in the community because they fail us as a community, they fail us as a group, and we need the younger generation need to make a stand, in order for us to move for the next generation. I see you got your little king next to you, you know what I
I
mean?
do, and I will
Sitting
have
on the
to listen.
throne.
I know. So since you don't know anything about me, stay right there, and I'm going to pull up something because you and I are meeting for the first time. David, as I'm pulling this up, would you mind sharing? You said you're in the insurance department and field, correct?
Yes, I was doing I was in the insurance business, life and health.
Oh, excellent. So tell us while I'm pulling up this video, because I'm about to share my screen. We started talking about Mikaben, and that's how he met me. And I mean, I've always known a lot of the artists in the HMI because that's my background in entertainment. But Mikaben and I'm pretty sure you heard about what happened to Mikaben this past weekend, correct?
Yes, I saw the clips. I'm not much in the HMI music, but I saw the clips on YouTube and I saw what's going on. It is unfortunate. And he's actually a spokesperson for Haiti in term from what I saw. He's always loving Haiti, you know.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. I met through a very powerful brother, and I was fighting. Interesting that you flee, and you already can tell that I should be a voice for the people. That's what David. I've been fighting on the front lines for Haiti for a number of years, and right now I'm going to pull up something so you could see the goal 24 hours a day, literally, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for Haiti. Ever me giving back and loving God's people and doing everything I could do for the people. Hey, to actually get pregnant and have a baby. So that's why I put a pause on everything. But David, I've been fighting for Haiti for over 20 years. And literally, I'm just so heartbroken every day. But in the interim, I meet people who inspires me to continue to fight no matter what. So I'm also under the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. I know you've probably heard of him as well,
Yes,
correct?
yes,
You've heard
yes.
of
I
him?
heard of Al.
Excellent, excellent. So what I'm going to do, because this video, I had to find it earlier today. And while we're on live, I'm going to play this on a shared screen. And I'm going to also make this kid a bottle because I think my son is saying it's time to feed me, mother. He's 4 months. He'll be four
Okay.
months on my birthday in just a couple of days. And he's not playing his baba. So give me 1 second, David. I'm going to play this and you can see for yourself some of the work that I do. And we should definitely stay in touch. So here is me getting called up during a rally and then for YouTube and Facebook. So please watch this.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Can you hear it? Can you see it?
Yes, yes, I can. It's playing a little slow, but I can.
That is our musical director,
It should be
Minister
louder.
Garland. And right now, brothers and sisters, I'm sure all of you saw the crisis at the border in Texas, Haitian refugees. And for our huddle segment today, we're so pleased to have with us Anaya A, who is heads up our Haitian. Give her a warm welcome.
Yes, I heard.
Good morning. It's a very emotional time for your girl Anaya A, but I'm going to try to do this without many tears. As you all know, a major crisis this past week, but unfortunately it has running as your Haitian representative. I want to say thank you all for standing up with us. Give God praise for yourselves this morning because God is able. The minister of music chose the right words for me to get up this morning to share this day in front of the Haitian consulate. And we will be back together. Quick, please keep me in your prayers as I continue to fight for Haiti. I go through personal challenges, and my sister was just murdered, and I found out literally on Thursday. God is still able, though. How many people know at the National Action Network under Reverend Al Sharpton, and that's why I continue to press forward. And I just wanted to share a quick message because I always saw the beauty of Haiti. I would write about Haiti. I would fight for Haiti. Before I even became an activist, I didn't even know what that was. People that would sell their items on the street corners, people that would go swimming in the beautiful oceans. And now as an adult, I don't recognize that are constantly in misery. And I never asked to have God put it in my spirit. So I just wanted you all to know, I have a slight poem and then I want to share a message. Wanan, e papai. I rode on the donkey's backs. I played in the beautiful blue ocean as far as the eyes can see. Haiti was so beautiful. I felt proud of my culture. No one could take that pride from me. Pleased at the place I once knew, children dying, people crying, no food to eat. Haiti was so beautiful. I once called home. My memories are mine to keep. Haiti is still so beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you all have heard my when nobody else would. That's why I continue to journey on. I continue to fight. We know what's going on there. We know that the politics and the regime is just not right, but I encourage you to store for me. I wrote this poem as a 21-year-old a couple of years ago. Amen. And today I keep fighting. I didn't know that the misery was going to be this, just like Dessalines, just like Christophe, just like Louverture. Continue to work where you are and come and join us, youth, from every place of this United States and every corner of New York City as we're here, 6 West 145th Street. I thank you all for giving me this time, and I thank you all for standing up with us when nobody else would. God bless you, and to everybody out there, know that we will continue to work together. La force.
Once again, brothers and sisters, our musical director, Minister Tyrone Richardson. I'm looking for miracles. I said these are small. I see these invisible.
All right, David, you got to see just a little bit.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
1 second, let me go ahead and all right. Can you hear me okay? And for those that are listening,
yes, I can.
Just this morning, I had to send this video to somebody because I will be interviewed very soon, just next week, actually, on a major platform, on a major network. And I was reminded just this morning that Reverend Al Sharpton, encouraged me that day. And he stated, at that time, Anaya, let me know what you need from me. And it was right after that I was being flown around and I had to travel, David, and speak in so many different places. But Reverend Al Sharpton was honored by myself and my community as an honorary Haitian about 4 years ago or so. And because, he was the one who stood up with us on the Brooklyn Bridge many years ago. And Reverend Al Sharpton has a love for the Haitian people. And he went to Texas last year as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to Texas, even though those racist little boys, shoot him away and things of that nature. But I had to share that with you, and there's a lot more I'll share, but the baby needs my attention as well. So, but I had to share that because I just found that video. What do you think about that, Mr. David?
It's actually fascinating. There's a lot. There's a lot that you're doing, and you have the courage to fight for a community that's less fortunate, and the fight must go on. And what I like when you said the Dessalines to Saint Christophe, the fight must go on.
I have to pick up that battle and going for them.
In terms of spirit, this is like spirit flow, spirit travel.
Yes.
And literally, I have to travel back like almost 200 years ago, over 200 years ago, to understand how my people was feeling in 2020 and also going on and what went down in Texas, And when you start seeing stuff like that in the 21st century, you have to go back to the 17th century, to the 18th century to see, oh, this is how they was treating us as a group, you know? And if you still see it nowadays, so you was like, oh my God, these are like minuscule compared to the treatment these people was feeling. So it's like energy is never, how can I say that? Never lost. They just actually replaced.
Yes,
And and
absolutely.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you. I was saying absolutely. And you
Yes,
said it so beautifully because it's just being replaced. There's nothing that changed from that time because racism never died, right?
never died. It never died, you know. And people is gonna smile in front of us telling things change. No, the racism never died. It just changed a different color. And I just want my people not to fall for the same trick that
Yes.
in the 1700 and the 1800, not to fall for the same trick in the 21st century, because in term of economic, it's only two powerhouse. It's
Talk
only the
about it.
white community and the Asian community.
Talk about
And so in terms of the black and the Hispanic community, we are in the same boat. We are we are the riffraff. We all get with the leftovers. And but some of them don't see it that way. And I always try to communicate that in my area, in my community. In order for you to be powerful, you have to have an economic stop. You gotta have an economic foundation. If you depending on people to feed you, if you depending on people to take care of you, you will never be stable.
it.
The problem with Haiti today, it's not political, it's not the gang crisis, it's pure economic. You know, if you see the structure, how the economic system is based in Haiti, most of the people function under the extra legal economy instead of a formal legal economy. So
Mm,
as a result, the people cannot have do not have access to real wealth.
correct.
So we have to change the mindset of the people. Land wealth is important. You know what I mean? You
Absolutely.
have to back.
Land is, oh my God, so important because that's the only thing. And I want people to understand that. Like, when I would try to get my community to buy in with me and to buy properties and things of that nature, because I've always been into real estate, I would always share that people don't realize land is the only thing that cannot be reduplicated.
That's right.
That's why there's such a high price tag on it, besides the resources that are underneath it and around it. Come on, David.
Exactly.
You know the truth, my brother.
Oh
The
yeah.
resources inside of the land is what makes the land the most valuable. But we as a Black people, we don't comprehend that. Real quick, David, let me just say hi to those that are watching and listening right now. You just heard from Miss Trina Nicole. Thank you so much again, sis, for your love and your support always. Michael T. Bell says, hello, everyone. Welcome, Michael T. Bell. I'm not sure who you are, but let's stay in touch for sure. Pamela Clark is watching all the way from Cheetahwaga, Buffalo. We love you, sister Pamela Clark. And then we have those that are tuned in from Instagram. And my son is live in the building with us, making his baby noises, wanting a piece of the action. As we say at the National Action Network, get into the action. So my son is all up in the action. He's like, y'all ain't gonna forget about me. So King is here live with us, and he loves all of you. And I saw that there was another comment. Thank you, Nefertiti Carter, aka Mama Marlena, who says, I pray for your strength and courage through this painful time. All I can say is keep positive, happy memories of your friend. Be of faith. Blessings to you and love. Thank you so much, Mama Marlena. And for those that are watching, wherever you are, keep sending your support, keep sending those comments in. And then, of course, I wanted to add this last thing, Mr. David. My birthday is actually on Saturday, 10/22 is my birthday. And for the first time in basically all my life, I'm telling the truth about my age. I've never told the truth about my age, David. And for those that are watching, and it's because I love the number 22 so much. So I just kind of ran with being a 22-year-old like most of my life. But I have to stop now because people kind of caught on and were like, Anaya, how are you still 22 years old? Whatever. The bottom line is I will be 40 on this up and coming Saturday. On 10/22, Anaya A will be 40, and my miracle baby will be 4 months. And I'm asking everybody. I know people are like, "Oh, you so ghetto." I don't care what people say, but I have a documentary I'm working on, David, and everybody that's watching, and I'm asking that everybody send in their blessings and their cash apps or their Zells. $40 is all I'm asking. Or if you can do $4, if you can do, 40 cents, I don't care, because I'm working on a documentary. It is the Black Women's Health documentary. Because as you all know, besides the thing about land, real quick, we have an issue when it comes to Black women and healthcare in America. We're at the bottom of the totem pole. Hispanics too, but mostly Black women die in operating rooms, die giving birth. And what I'm working on is a very powerful documentary, which already got started. But because of King, I had to put a hard pause on everything. So if you're watching tonight and if you want to give to this platform, please go ahead and Zelle 347-617-6873. Again, 347-617-6873. We're receiving Zelle donations for the Black Women in Health documentary as we continue to move forward. All monies that I collect for anything I work on goes directly to the projects. And we're always looking for investors as well as supporters. So David, I'll tell you more if you want to stay in touch, but Black women are on the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to health and resources, as we know. And so we're looking to make a significant difference through the work that we're doing. So I had to share that. $40 or $40 or $4 or $5,000 or $400, whatever it is, whatever you can donate, $4, 4 cents, 40 cents, we'll take it all, because every penny goes towards production for the Black Women in Health documentary under FEG management. If you guys look back here, you'll see that it's a FEG MGMT production. We have a real LLC and we are doing real work. So I had to put in that shameful plug, Mr. David. Go ahead. Sorry, you were talking about resources and you were talking about land, correct?
Yes, fantastic. And that is good. And I was telling us in our community, we need to buy more land.
Correct.
Real estate is the only, how can I say that? Real estate is like the neutralizer, and the other group constantly acquiring wealth because they know the importance of land ownership.
Correct.
And I truly think whatever is going on in Haiti is also have to do with land ownership.
Yes, it does.
The issue with the massive, if you look at the people, most of the poor people own all the good fertile land that's in the ground by the ocean.
Correct.
And now they want to build hotels by the ocean, but in order for them to kick these people out of there, they have to make sure there is insecurity,
Absolutely.
So, but the people have to be smart, not to just scatter away to give those land for free.
Correct.
And this is the same trick that always play. This is the same trick that always they play on Black people. There's a lot of things, Anaya, we need to do as a community. We have to establish a group economic foundation for our community.
Absolutely.
Until we start doing that, that's the only way for us to move forward. I see a lot of young men in Haiti fighting, they try to, but how can you push the people that feed you?
That's it. David,
it's
take
hard.
over. I feel like you were meant to be on this platform tonight. Say that again. Repeat what you just said. I love it.
I say, how can you like scatter or you tell the people that feed you to get out? How can you tell the people to go away, but they are the one that feed you? You're not in your own control of your own foundation, your own basic need, your physiological need, which is food, safety, shelter. You don't even have the proper infrastructure for you to get your people out of the element, out of the environment that you could be safe. And us as a community, these are the infrastructure we have to build as a community in order for us to say, oh, we don't want the white man, we don't want the French, we don't want the Canadian, we don't want the American.
Yes.
Until you build that infrastructure as a community, so you can depend on yourself, you can become self-sufficient. People always gonna feel like they you need them, so the infrastructure have to be based on your guys' need as the community need. Therefore, you can kick these people out of your country.
Also,
Until then,
not to cut you off, but also we have to learn to work together. Why is it
I
that
agree.
we're fighting each other all the time? What is it about the Black people that can't say, let's work together? Like, my biggest desire is for our community to literally work together, for the Haitian people to say, enough is enough. We didn't get anywhere by coupe and, bullying the guy, right? We didn't get anywhere. Let's work together. Let's try to find resources and ways for us to reestablish ourselves, because we were established as a people many years ago. Real quick shout outs to Mr. Thomas Walker, 2005, who is here in the building with us, who is saying hello. Go ahead, Mr. David. Do you agree that we must work together in all of these things?
Anaya, we always work together.
Okay, talk about
It's like the media put some type of twist on it. As you can see, during the hurricane, during the earthquake, the Haitian people always try to to
come
to
together.
help each other out. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the economic foundation is not there for them to do more. Imagine the World Bank is giving Haiti a loan, but they're charging like 20-30% interest on top of that loan. You
Yes,
know,
correct.
and how you gonna sustain, how you gonna survive? You can't even, the money that they're giving you, you're paying more interest on that money then don't even do anything that you're supposed to do. So it's not like we don't work together as Black people. It's just the economic foundation, what I mean, the special interest behind us as a community, is stronger, because we didn't build a foundation for ourselves. We always allowed other
Other
people
people.
to come in to tell us what we're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Because it's like our community is infiltrated by other people, by spy, by people that don't really care about the need of the community. In terms
Correct.
of community, I grew up in Haiti. I see how my people, when they like doing, like, how can I say that, combites.
Mm-hmm.
Combites is like one combit. It's like one of the biggest thing in Haiti. They used to plant crop together, like
Wow.
coffee bean, cocoa bean. It's like a whole group of people combined together. They prepare the land and they plant together.
So
This is
they,
like the
in essence, they worked together, they broke bread together, they had a whole system together.
exactly. And this is what the takeaway from the Haitian community. And with that, what I mean, we lost our culture, we lost our wealth, we lost our community. And I truly believe, you're a Haitian descent.
Correct.
I'm a I'm a Haitian descent, but these are the this is the biggest fear of society.
For us
Now,
together.
yes, exactly, because we are able to communicate the same language that they was communicating in the past, but now we able to teach our kids, this is the trap. you know
Correct.
we able to read contract, we able to understand the power of economic, we are able to understand the importance of land ownership, we are able to understand, instead of buying Nikes, you become an owner of Nike stock. Instead
Yes,
of buying Apple, you buying stock. Instead
yes,
of
sir.
buying a Tesla, you invest in Tesla, so you getting dividend. These are the language now we understand as a community. But
I'm
this is the biggest
David.
fear.
Yes. You're making me jump, and I got the baby king looking at me like, if you don't sit down. but it's so true. Come on, David, keep preaching. Go ahead. I'm not going to
Yes,
interrupt.
this is the biggest fear of a strong Black community because they know who we are. They know the stronger we are, the weaker they are. You know what I mean? So in terms of that, so they have to do whatever it takes to keep us down to a certain level so we can never come up. But what goes up must come down, rule of gravity. You know what I mean? So the same system that they use in the past, it won't work on me. It won't work on you. It
That,
won't work on King. Do you
that,
understand?
that,
So now we evolving without them knowing. So by us evolving without them knowing, now they have a fear. You know what's going inflation.
we just talked about that. Inflation.
Yes.
One second, 1 second. Let me read a comment that just came in. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Underscore Powerhouse says, but if we are smart as a community, I would collect all from the wealthy people and invest and grow a union stronger than with them. Thank you so much. And you are so right. And that's why. And I mean, before David says this next point in regards to inflation, do not forget that point, David. Excuse me, this show tonight is so powerful. We had Trina Davis, my sister, who was on here, Stronger Than the Wealth. Thank you so much, sister. I understood what you were referring to too. And here's the thing about wealth. Wealth is generational. When you're rich, you can get rich today and be broke tomorrow. So we need to create that wealth. So I love that word wealth because we want to leave it for our children, for them to leave it to their children, etc. And let me just share this. Don't forget, David, about inflation, right? So in regards to what we're discussing, what people have to understand about building our communities up, this is why I started BNIHO. You see it behind me. This is why I started Freedom Entertainment Group, which turned into FEG Management. And I also have under the same umbrella, the Economic Crisis Initiative. And so tonight is the night that we would come on at 6:30 p.m. to discuss economics. You see what David just said? You know how energies are so powerful? This is what the Economic Crisis Initiative has been doing for the past 3 years or so. I don't collect money from anybody. Like I said, if you want to donate to a platform or to a project, we have everything in black and white. GoFundMe. I'm going to put up the GoFundMe in a second if you're interested to learn in all the different projects that we're working on, because everything is visible in my platforms, right? So, David, you came on here hitting every nail on the head, not knowing me from Adam. You didn't know that I was doing Economic Crisis Initiative for years. You didn't know about my work under Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton as an activist, but also before that, when my Black Haitian cousin slash godbrother got murdered by the police, I started off by reaching out to the NAACP, to the Rainbow Push Coalition 20 years ago. You didn't know me, but God brought us together for a purpose. See what David is talking about when it comes to property, land ownership. And he also said something so poignant. I need you Black people to understand, instead of rocking the J's, instead of rocking the Yeezys, instead of rocking all of these different tennises, because I call them tennises, own something. Because when you have a piece of the pie and you're not just eating from the pie, you become wealthy. Let me break it down for you guys so you can understand in a little bit of layman's terms, because some people don't even catch on, to the information once it's disseminated. You see what's going on with, for example, 50 Cent, little boy. I don't want to have you on camera because your father gonna be mad. David, I don't know if you're watching the debacle with 50 Cent and his son, Mr. Marquise.
Yes, I saw that.
You saw that. I'm gonna break it down
Mhm.
in layman's terms. Boy, I tell you, 50, whoever knows 50, I got people in 50 circle, by the way. I'm gonna hit them up just now. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna hit a 50 DJ real quick. 50 Cent is brilliant. Don't forget about
Yes,
information, David. 50 Cent is brilliant. Hands
yes,
down to 50 Cent. And I say it like 50 because this dude, when I was in one of my roughest times, I'll never forget hearing that 50 Cent had like an audio book. He came. This was years ago. And I was like, 50 Cent got an audiobook. 50 Cent be writing books and stuff, and now you got audiobooks. Like, for me, that didn't even sound right. This is a dude that's in the street killing dudes and popping off and people shooting at him. So for me, I didn't understand his level of intellect because it almost seemed ridiculous that 50 Cent would literally have a book and was doing a lot more than just rapping. So here we go. I'm listening to 50 Cent for like dumb long on his audiobooks, and I'm learning stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm the college graduate from a really nice private institution. I studied abroad in London, England. 50 got more knowledge than me. Like 50 got like mad knowledge and mad information. So I say that to say, to bring it full circle, what's going on with 50 Cent and his son, people need to observe that and learn from that. Not in a baby mama, baby daddy drama situation, but from a business standpoint. And the reason I say that is because 50 try to set them up. You see, I got goosebumps all over my body. Wow. 50 Cent try to set them up, right? He tried to give them knowledge. I'm talking about his baby mama. I'm talking about his son. I'm talking about everybody on the block. And one of the things that I respect about 50 is he's an open book. He was giving this girl, this woman, Shaquita, whatever her name is, I can't remember, almost $1 million a year off the strength of her holding him down when he was down, right? He didn't have to do that. But because you want to play with somebody's money, you don't know their dreams, you don't know their visions, you can't just be in people's pockets like that. When he's giving you $500,000, invest it. He literally said he was trying to find out from her what were some of her goals, what were some of her dreams, right? Whether or not she wanted to do something with the monies, but she didn't, because she wanted to invest in Louis Vuitton and not invest in stock, mind you, buy Louis Vuitton. She wanted to buy Gucci. She wanted to buy Prada. And all of those fashion designers are white and Italiano, and they're laughing at you, shit. For all those people that's watching right now, understand they don't never make clothes for none of us Black people. They've said it on Oprah. It's a truth and a fact that Cavassiers, as well as fashion designers that are white, that is Italiano or whatever, they never make clothes and liquors that are really expensive for niggas, for Black people like me and you. But because we want to be showing off, we here with the Gucci, we here with the Balenciaga, whatever the hell, we're here with all of that, and we're not investing into their stock. So the minute you buy the Balenciaga, whatever the hell, that looks like shit anyway, and the minute you buy Prada and Gucci, right, you're putting this on your body, but you don't even have the money to put that same coin in the bag. So let me fast forward, and I'm going to get to David with inflation, because all of it is full circle. The reason I started this platform was to help educate our people in an unconventional way, because I listen to people like 50 Cent. And he said, and I quote, I was testing her. I was talking to her to ask her what kind of businesses she was going to start. And she just kept saying that she didn't want to start no business, that my money was her money. If they're giving you money to invest into your future, take that money and invest. But no, 50 Cent's baby moms didn't do that. 50 Cent's son, Marquise, and the baby moms is both crying as they have nowhere to live and they don't have nothing. And here's the joke of the day. 50 is not obligated to give them anything. Lord have mercy on Zion. But I bet, and I quote, if 50 saw that his son was smart about his, or the baby moms was opening businesses when 50 told her to, I need y'all to send this to 50. I'm going to send it to this DJ for sure, but I need you guys to send this commentary, because I understand 50 Cent. I get it. I've been got it. Be smart about your money. Invest in property. Invest in Tesla. Invest in Apple. Don't just be buying the products. One of the things that my financial advisor shared with me is a Naya A. If you're gonna use the product, invest in it. And
That's right.
The phone back to you, Mr. David. Go ahead.
I 100% agree with you. Oh my God. It's like I'm supposed to be in bed. You know, I'm not even supposed to be on this Zoom. I'm having this conversation. It's like I said, energy flow, you know.
Yes, sir.
In terms of inflation in America, and it's gonna get worse.
Yes.
Because America is a debt-based economy.
Yes.
We have a $31 trillion, deficit.
Yes.
And
yes.
At a 2% compound within 36 years is gonna be like 61 trillion.
So wait,
So
so talk about that. Thank you, sis. So I got mad people watching. Tell all your friends we're live. We're talking about money in gems. Thank you, China. My sis China is on. Purpose Star has said that house. Russell Cheek is in the building. Larry Reed Live just gave me a thumbs up. Oh my God, I'm loving tonight. And yes, I still look 20, says my sister Pamela Clark. Russell, what's up, baby boy? What's up, China? What's up, Larry Reed? Go ahead, David, because I want you to break down what you just stated in regards to the finances when it comes to loans, when it comes to interest rates, and what inflation is doing presently to our community. Because a lot of people don't understand. But we got a
yeah,
money man here. Go ahead, sir. Repeat that game.
and yes, I was saying like in terms of the American deficit, because America is a debt-based economy. They always need debt for the economy to grow. So
That's it.
we're the 31 trillion dollars. Let's imagine if the debt was paying at a 2% compound. Compound is basically how much interest they're charging on top of the debt. So if
Correct.
you take rule of 72 is how many doubling period you have on your money.
Correct.
So if I give you 31 trillion, you paying me 2%, it's gonna take 30, let's say 2 divided by 72, it's like 30 some years for that money to be double.
Correct.
So so but it's higher than that. The interest rate is higher than that on the American debt. So as a result, the $31 trillion is gonna be double a lot faster.
Mm.
So and us, yes, because we have to grow our economy. Economy is not gonna stay just like it is. So it's like if America don't grow its economy, America is gonna go down as a depression,
Correct.
and it's not gonna be good for the current system. you
Correct.
know, the current system. So as the current system, the in sense of entitlement, you know what I mean? So based on the other group, they create the wealth based on other group of people.
And wait, here's what we have to understand. I don't even want to cut you off, but David, you hit the nail on the head. I want y'all to catch what he's saying. They never give you nothing for nothing.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
just the bottom line for those that don't understand what you just said. Because when it comes to economics and when it comes to like percentage and interest rates and things of that nature, it purposely kept us out of those classrooms and out of those locations so we wouldn't catch on. Like I kid you not, David, I've been investing my money and I haven't seen a return in years because I'm not talking to the right damn people. That's number one. But I'm gonna fix that tomorrow because I'm heading to my trust me, I'm going to work on some stuff tomorrow. But the bottom line is this, right? When it comes to investments and when it comes to loans and different things of that nature, America is the kingpin, right? The most
Mm-hmm.
ghetto hood killing ass Negro in the on the block. That's America when it comes to giving out money because they don't give nothing for nothing. They're gonna hand you a check, but you better hand back many more checks because they're not playing about their money. And another thing about the white man, okay, and I'm not even gonna like I'm probably never gonna win a Grammy, an Emmy, an Oscar, or a Tony. So y'all could just whatever you want to do with this footage, do what you do, because they like to come for me and everything and be like, now you're so racist. I am not racist. I just speak game. I'm not stupid. And if you guys catch on, let me know if you know what I'm talking about. Right? It's not about me being racist. I'm not. I just see what white people do. And honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. Like I feel like they're dumb smart, but at the same time, they're wicked, right? So
That's right.
understand that we don't know economic gain power. We don't know the empowerment of anything when it comes to the money talk. We just see the flashy, flashy. That's why they could sell anything to us. Like they could sell a Gucci bag to a sister that got nothing in her pocket because that white person knows that somebody black is going to go for the flashy, flashy versus going to the bank and investing into something like Gucci, right?
That's
So
right.
right? So what I want people to understand when it comes to the white man, they don't give us anything for free. They're gonna give us something for right now, but you're gonna pay it back. And if you don't pay it back with the interest and everything like that, they're taking your properties, they're taking your resources from your land, and they're doing it with a smile on their face because you signed on the dotted line. Peep game for those that are out there. Peep game. You signed on the dotted line that you was gonna pay them back, but you never understood that payback was going to be bigger than what you got. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. That's
Then
where
they
the
tell you that-
compound interest play.
And then here's another thing. We stay putting money in the banks, not realizing that they are using our own money to pay off their debt every day. Am I right, David?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Preach, preach, preach.
I'm
Let me
trying.
make this
You
one
can give
point
me
so
some
I can.
loves and likes tonight to let me know if you're with me. Because I need to know if you're with me. I love y'all. Like,
I with you. I with you. Let
yes,
me make this one point, and I don't want people to think like, don't ever look at yourself in terms race.
yes.
Race is basically group. Look at race in terms. Don't look at race
Thank
in
you.
color. Look at
Yes.
race in terms of economic. Okay.
Economic. Yes, please
Yes.
do. Thank you.
The according to Credit Suisse, the global wealth index is actually $640 trillion. That's how much money that's circulating globally in the world. So
640 trillion. Y'all catch
trillion. So black people only have access to 10 trillion. Black people and Hispanic only have access to 10 trillion. That's how much wealth we have in term of a group of people. We have like 2 billion people. I did the research because I told you I'm in the insurance business. I have to look at data.
yes,
So in
absolutely.
terms of group economic, you look at we have 2 billion people who only have access to 2 trillion, $10 trillion.
So wait, let's do the math. 2 billion, right? People
Yes,
have access to 10 trillion.
10 trillion.
Yet
Yes,
for the whole world, there's about 600 and approximately 35 trillion available. I
exactly.
want y'all to catch that knowledge
So,
tonight. This man does
so
the research.
that's the reason when they talk about race, they look at you, in terms of economic, they look at you, you don't even exist because they have 600 trillion that they're floating between the Asian community and the European community. So it's like you nothing in terms to that. And they try to take everything away from you in terms of economic, you know. So you have no wealth. You see, us as black people in the United States, we have access to 1.7 trillion every year. I mean, I think it's trillion. One access to $1.7 trillion each year. That's how much money 40 million people. That's how much money black people have grow in the United States in terms of income. But
And
we don't
here's the
keep
thing.
none of that.
And here's the thing that's so outlandish and outrageous for those that are watching this evening. And I want you to understand what David said, he hit the nail on the head because I don't know how to explain it to make sense because people always be like, Anaya, the Jewish people are our friends. We need to continue to work with them. How is it that the Jewish people are our friends if they have a larger portion of that money than we'll ever see? And here's the thing I want to bring out in regards to that because I'm not anti Semitic, so don't go back tomorrow. I just want to do the things that the white people do and the Jewish people do, as well as the Asians now, because the Asians had to fight to get to where they are. But guess what?
That's right.
Ready for this, right? You catch this. They
Yes,
still
ma'am.
got duped by the white man. I didn't want to say they still got duped by the white man because they showed up, landed America how many $1 trillion?
For them,
Yes. And then America stated, we're not paying you back because of whatever BS that Donald Trump was put into office to spew at them, right?
mm-hmm.
Because China owes tariffs. So even though, and I want you guys to catch this, because the Asians and the whites are not the same, guys. So David, you put it in the same category, but I wanted to bring this point because people look at me and they look at me like as somebody that's always talking and somebody that's always wild and I'm always in these business meetings and I'm an activist or whatever. But I have a whole nother side to me, which I cannot expose frequently because that's how our Black leaders always get killed. And I'm not a martyr. I will not be getting killed for my knowledge. So I'll give you a piece, especially when I'm speaking to people like David who grasps it. And I want you all to grasp those pearls of wisdom and those gems tonight. Understand we are not the same as the Asians, and the Asians are not the same as the whites. The whites are always going to be on the top unless God flips the script. But I don't know where God been recently. I feel like God taking naps. My father used to say that, like, Jesus is taking naps because y'all cry out to him too much and he's tired of y'all. That's what he says all the time. Because at the end of the day, he's like, y'all make too much noise. And you go to church and y'all screaming and jumping and singing, and Jesus needs to relax tonight or today. Like he says that, and it's so funny, but I get it, because at the end of the day, where is Jesus? Where is this God who's supposed to have our backs, right? How is it, David, that these people possess all the wealth, and the minute we try to get a piece of it, we're shut down?
Reason
David,
be,
presently, and I'm going to share this with you, and then in a few minutes, I want you to share your contact, and we can wrap it up, because this king here is like,
definitely, definitely.
you know, we have to stay in touch, David. So please, let's stay in touch. But let me just share this last tidbit, and you can share your piece. What was I going to say? Oh my God, it just failed me. Oh, I'm a businesswoman. I have an LLC, right? I have an LLC. I try to do everything by the book in America, because if you don't do it by the book, they'll throw the book at you when you try to get ahead, and when you try to do what you have to do, when you acquire knowledge, when you find ways to make millions or whatever. So I'm still considered in the poverty rate, because I don't make as much as the average person that has an LLC, because I'm so afraid, right? To take on certain types of activities so that I'm not flagged and I don't end up behind bars, because I don't want this type of issue where I've seen other Black women and men who acquired the knowledge, who got the friends and the resources, and then for whatever reason they were flagged, and then now they're facing time or they're doing time just for trying to empower themselves. And of course, I'm not doing the dope game, so there's no way I'm gonna make that fast money on the streets by selling dope and killing my community. So that's a negative. But the other part is this, David. You know, during the pandemic, millions and billions of dollars were supposed to be sent into our communities for economic empowerment. That's another reason why this platform tonight is entitled Economic Empowerment, because we are supposed to get that economic empowerment. And David, I kid you not, I don't know how much you know about, like, you know, Black women in business and things of that nature. And I want all of y'all to catch this, because I watch everything. I sit back and I look at everything. I'm an analyst. Like, I studied psychology. I studied human beings. Like, I went to a very powerful university. And my biggest and best trait, I think, is the ability to watch and listen when you don't think I'm watching and listening. Why is it that it's stated everywhere you go, oh, we're going to help and we're giving money into the Black businesswomen, because the Black businesswomen are the fastest growing businesses, and we have all of these businesses that are coming up and this, that, and a third. But every time you turn around, you're not giving us a damn thing. You're lending us these resources, which
That's right.
we have to return it. Right, David?
You have to. It's a game. It's they want access. They want access to your wealth. They want to know everything is switching digital. They want to know what you have, because they want to know the trick. We've been in this country for over 200 some years, and we're still in the bottom of the barrel. You know what I mean? And America have 31 trillion dollars in deficit. Let's imagine if they was giving us Black people 10% of that wealth. It's supposed to be a Christian nation. 10% of that wealth going back to the bottom of the community each year. So how much wealth would Black people would have? We would be in a better position than the way we are. And we know that's all a mirage. What the most of the institution. There's no institution that want to invest $1 billion into the Black community.
Absolutely
None.
not.
No
Because the
partnership.
moment we have access, and what they're doing too, and I want you guys to catch this, because I'm not afraid to say it. God, protect my life every day and protect my son. You know, I got to be very cautious. But like I said, sometimes I share more than I should share. And tonight's one of those nights, because my heart continues to bleed and break. You know, they're now making it seem, I want you guys to catch this, that Black women need to be empowered with the loans and the quote unquote grants, which we don't have a lot of access to. But my sis is telling me that she's collecting mad grants. Sis, we got to work together. I'll give you a cut, because I need more grants, because I can't be paying stuff back that should be coming to me anyway. Like it should be coming to my businesses that's formulated to help a community and empower the community, but they don't want to see us empowered. One of the things that I also have a major problem with, David, and you could address this too, is the fact that they keep trying to say that they're empowering us Black women. But when you keep saying that you're trying to empower us Black women, how about the Black men?
Well, keep in mind,
Black men.
keep in mind, the biggest fear is white of a white man is a Black man with guns and Black man with knowledge and Black man with money. So as a result, a Black man with guns, you got, as you can see, as Haitian, you know, we didn't get our independence because the white men give it to us. It
Absolutely
was
not.
we fight for it. And for years, our woman was protected, our community was protected. So
Yes,
now, for the past few, let's say, since the 1970s, the Haitian community have been infiltrated. So the community is done. Let's put it that way. So it's not the same community that Haiti was. So a strong Black man, a strong foundation set the standard for the family. You know, if you have a strong foundation as a Black man in your household, there's certain BS that cannot come
yes,
into your home. So if they eliminate that, they can bring any other man into the Black community.
correct.
Because the Black woman is not strong enough for her to sustain, so she will need somebody to help. You understand? So they eliminate the Black man. But you and I know the politics of it. And that's why most of our Black men have to stay strong, have to stay undercover. Don't do the dope thing. You know what I mean? You have $100, start investing on yourself and start investing in your kids' education. You know what I mean? It's okay to buy your kids. It's okay. One other thing that I see Black men don't do that we need to do, emphasize more, buy life insurance as a young age.
Correct.
No matter what type of life insurance that you buy a life insurance. At least your wife is protected. Your kids is protected if something unexpected happen.
Correct.
One thing
And
I
then you don't
always
have to
say,
go on GoFundMe to raise money to bury your loved one.
to bury.
But wait, I would like to emphasize not just any life insurance policy, whole life
Of course,
is much.
whole life, of course, whole life,
Correct.
not term, whole life, not accidental, not discrete, whole life. So at least you have some type of access to wealth. You have some type of asset. Do it at a young age. Don't wait when you're old. So these are the things that we miss. These are the things that they didn't teach us. So now I'm teaching it to my son. I'm teaching it to my community. We have a better understanding of that type of knowledge that make the world go around for over 200 years that we didn't have access on. The digital age allowed us to learn this type of knowledge.
Correct.
But now the advantage that we have as a community, we grow with the digital age, the same access that somebody in Asia have, we have it in America. The same access somebody in Africa didn't have, they have it. Do you understand? The knowledge is there. The knowledge is unlimited. It's vast. So we just have to put the time to understand the proper knowledge so we can grow as a community. We're not a failing community. I truly believe if Black people understand what's going on in the world today, the next 20, 30 years, we should be the strongest community because we don't have the debt of the other community is occurring. So we don't have that responsibility to feel like right now, look at the interest rate on mortgage. So we should be buying every single home in our area.
Correct.
We shouldn't allow other people to come in our area to be buying these land, buying these homes, even though if it's whatever condition they'll buy them and let them stay there. When the market go up, you refinance, you pour that money. This is how we will create wealth in our community. Anaya, there is a lot we can talk about. You know, there is a lot we can
I'm getting
teach
a
the
ton of
people.
messages. Let me just read this last one real quick and then we're going to shut it down. My sister Pamela Clark, all the way from Cheetahwaga, Buffalo, who also celebrated a birthday in October. Libras, do it better. Okay, people, she says, people should do like Oprah. She never signs nothing. If you know about her, that's how you go bankrupt when you sign on the dotted line. Well, I heard from the horse's mouth that the blacks are going to be getting our time to be richer. That is our time now to shine. It's our turn. I love
That's right.
Thank you so much.
That's right.
One of the things I would like to say is that in the Bible, see, I'm a person that's spiritual. I'm no longer all religious, like, oh, I'm a Pentecostal, I'm a whatever the hell. No, I believe in the Bible as a guide because of the examples. Like they say, Bible stands for oh shoot, I forgot. In something, whatever. Basically, you have to believe in something, right? Or you're gonna fall for everything. And then it's like something before leaving Earth. Something before leaving Earth is what the acronym for Bible is. So with me, David, right? When it comes to spirituality, I believe in a higher power, absolutely. But I also believe in some of these theories, like the first will become the last, and the last will become the first. Like Jesus was a cornerstone and that was rejected. These are some of the things that I believe. And the reason being is because I see it in my own life every day. I was rejected, okay, tremendously, David, as a child. And because I was rejected all the time, because I was made fun of, because I was considered ugly out of my community and my siblings and things of that nature, because I was heavier set, I had acne, I was darker skinned. I got, even though I had great hair, but my hair was so thick, I had like a big lot of hair or whatever. Like I was always considered the ugly one. So David, the reason I put this out, and I want somebody to catch this tonight, because somebody's been dealing with low self-esteem. God has given me a word for a beautiful Black man or woman that's been dealing with some self-esteem. I'm not a religious person anymore, like I said, but I am going to give you a word of empowerment right now. Because you've been rejected so much in your community, and because you've experienced hate and problems like myself, you had to build yourself up from the ground up.
That's right.
You had
Amen.
to work harder and be smarter, and you had to find ways. You had to find ways of overcoming your pain and turning your pain into purpose. And I'm speaking to somebody's spirit right now. I don't know who it is exactly that's been struggling with low self-esteem, but just as Jesus was a rejected stone that the world had to go to and the world has to worship, you in your community, they're going to come to you. They're going to come to you and you will see your light shine before the masses because you were rejected so that you could be projected. And I think
Amen.
that is the reason why many of us have to go through what we have to go through so people can say, I can't believe it's such and such. I can't believe that's David speaking about economic empowerment. I can't believe Anaya A has her own show and she has an LLC. And I can't believe Anaya A finally gave birth to a child when every doctor said no, but God said yes. And just
That's right.
like we have to build ourselves up, Haiti is going to build itself back up, and so is Jamaica, because
Yes, ma'am.
we have to come back. We have to
Yes,
be stronger and we have to be better. And just like the information you presented, David, even though we don't have half of that 600 trillion plus, we're going to keep rising up and we're going to get more of that pie.
that's right. That's right. Amen. 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 Preach, sister.
Are you
Well,
the rest of
Anaya, we're definitely gonna keep in touch. And I would take it's I mean, let me see. The number that I have in the group, is that your personal number?
Sure, it's one of my personal numbers. I have a few phones.
Okay, okay. We will definitely keep in touch and we see what we can do,
Thank you. And
And
share with everybody your work and how we can stay in touch. Thank you.
definitely, definitely. Are you on Facebook, right? It's anayashow.com.
Well, it's FEG. So let me give you my website, www.feg FEGMGMT. If you look behind me, David.
Yes, yes.
Yep, that's the website, FEGMGMT.com. It stands for Freedom Entertainment Group Management. I manage, I produce, as well as I brand other people's projects and things of that nature. My background, by the way, is in psychology and public relations, and I have a heart for the people. So I've always given to our communities whatever I know. But how I work and I help our community is, if you have a company, like you're saying that you're doing insurance and things of that nature. And if you want clients, more people to see the value and see the work you do, I have over 500,000 connections on my social media platforms. And I also was on the Dr. Oz show for approximately 7 years. 2 of the years we were during the pandemic, so I couldn't be on the show for those last 2 years. But I've utilized the Dr. Oz show as a way to garner more media connections as well as knowledge for the work that I'm doing. And you know what, to be honest with you, Dr. Oz gave me a little bit of a platform, but interestingly enough, Oprah gave him everything. A Black woman gave him everything, and I got the crumbs, but that's okay because I'm gonna build off those crumbs. You better believe it. But yes, David, so for everybody that's tuning in, David, you have been such an inspiration this evening. So much knowledge has come from you. I'm going to shut it down in just a moment because my baby needs me. But tonight was so empowering. My girl China was on with us. Russell Cheek was on with us. Lady C was on with us. And if you enjoyed what you saw tonight, don't forget, we'll be back 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you have a business that you would like for me to promote and help you get more access to many more entities and information out there, contact your girl Anaya A at 833-334-6468, 833-334-6468, and I will be able to help you with your advertisement needs. But also, you could be interviewed live on this platform, and your information could be out into many platforms. Purpose says one of my friends was a producer for Dr. Oz. Listen, let me know which one, because I know most of all the producers, but it was a rotating door over there. So let me know which producer, and we could talk about that offline. I love the producers there, and that's how I ended up on the Dr. Oz show. When I wrote to them about my condition, that I had a rare condition, and literally they called me one day, and I was with the show for like 7 years. So I love Dr. Oz. I do a lot. Unfortunately, I didn't know Dr. Oz was a Republican. He ran for office in Philadelphia, and Trump is his best friend. We didn't know that, guys, so don't come for me. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the baby down. David, do you want to share anything else before we shut it down?
No, we good. It was actually a pleasure meeting you. It's a pleasure meeting King. It's a pleasure. We definitely keep in touch. I would definitely get on the show, share the show with some of my group. You know, it's actually it's a fantastic opportunity to talk to you tonight. Have a wonderful evening and take care of yourself, take care of your family. Be safe.
You do the same, and please keep Mikaben's family in prayers, as well as Haiti, always.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
No.
Bye. All right, guys, we did it. We spoke to a very intelligent Haitian man tonight. We had many great visitors for the first time on our platform. King is busy being king. I'm gonna change him out real quick. Yes, Purpose Powerhouse says, thank you, David. We appreciate you, Purpose Powerhouse. We're glad you are here with us the whole time, and we hope to hear from you again. So please do me a favor and send me your contact information, and so we can stay in touch, because we should work on getting these grants. It's becoming much more difficult every day to get these grants, but you know what? We must continue to fight the great fight of faith, and we must continue to get what's ours. So with that being said, I'm gonna just play a last song with you guys from Mikaben. Matter of fact, I'll just play the rest of Reverend Al Sharpton's message that day I was on, the last time I was on the stage, the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. Guys, thank you all so much. Be blessed, and we're gonna continue to do what we do. Stay in touch with us here on the Anaya A Show. Thank you as we shut it down for tonight. Now, if you're not able to see the live share, ANIYA space A space period That's Anaya A. period on Facebook, so you can watch what Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton has that glorious day, and we discussed all of the issues that were plaguing Haiti just last year. Reverend Al for many years. Good night, guys. Let's go a little bit.
Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Hey, hey. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Minister Tyrone Richardson, our musical director, city, brothers and sisters, I'm sorry, running ahead of myself. The great city of Buffalo, which is in the western part of the state, is the Home Network member. She's also a mother. She is a nurse, a community organizer, and she is the Democratic Party candidate for mayor of Buffalo. And Justice, let's welcome India Walton, the next mayor of the great city of Buffalo.
Good morning, everyone. I am honored to be standing before you today. I want to thank the House of Justice National Action Network, Reverend, being here. My name is India Walton, and this June, I successfully seated a 16-year, 4-term incumbent to become now the endorsed Democratic nominee for. I decided to run for mayor because last summer we were wholly dissatisfied with the response of our leadership. After the election of 45, shall not be moved rally. A few years after that, I was in DC with National Action Network at the Get Your Knee Off Our Necks rally. And at home in Buffalo, hundreds of young people were flooding the streets, begging to get the. I cannot, as the mother of 4 Black boys, allow this to continue. I could not. So we organized, we knocked on doors, we made phone calls, and we won. But that's not the end of the story. My predecessor did not concede. He waged a write-in campaign first, and then he had his Republican friends circulate independent nominating petitions that were more than 3 months late. He was appointed by Donald Trump, ruled that he could have an independent line on the ballot, despite the fact that I beat him in the primary as a Democrat. Our team fought a legal battle, and again, we won. Now, he is not on the ballot, but this write-in campaign is strong. It's being well funded by the far right, by corporate interests and large developers. What does that have to do with Harlem? Buffalo is the second largest city in New York State. 30% of us are Black. 54% of our children live in poverty, in extreme poverty. 30% of the size in the country. We are building a cross-state coalition of folks who are going to push a Black agenda to make sure that we close the race toward a legal cannabis industry, that the people who've suffered, that's been locked up as a result of prohibition, now have an opportunity to create. That's why that matters. We have to be building together. We will be building together. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the environment to be running in as a woman, as a Black woman, and I need all the love, support, hope, prayers, and well wish roll into town and find a welcome home here at National Action Network. Thank you so much. God bless you.
All right, India Walton, thank you. And of course, our thoughts and prayers are with you in your battles up in the western part of the state. To have with us for our inspirational word today, Minister Richard X. III, the Associate Minister.
In the name of the beneficent, the merciful, loving and the kind, free. who has sent us messengers, teachers, prophets, and leaders who have made this pathway more clear, despite the violence of anti-Blackness. Messengers and teachers and prophets like Jesus. Thank this God for messengers and teachers like our dear brother Malcolm. We thank this God for messengers and teachers like the Reverend Al Sharp. We're thankful, and we are also thankful, and I can say this because we're elect of Buffalo. On November 12th, 1764, Captain Nathaniel Munford set sail. With the blessing of still forming states of America, his crew of 15, they set sail out of Newport, Rhode Island with gold on their minds. They were set on a journey, an exchange of sorts that they believed security and prosperity. After almost a full year navigating the sea, in January of 1765, Mumford and his crew finally reached their destination, the shores of the western coast of Africa. It was there that they proceeded to purchase their ship was now filled, bustling, overflowing with precious, breathing merchandise that was sure to change not only the lives of the crew aboard, but strangely, even the merchandise itself. The cargo for this ship, this floating marketplace, was Black Body. And the name of this ship, 257 years removed from this voyage, Black bodies are still on slave ships called Hope. Still chained, still bound in body and mind, still slave to a thing called hope. Bring to this historical moment to disavow hope in our Creator, nor hope in our people, nor hope in ourselves. But like the precious breathing merchandise of Captain Mumford's sadistic ship, some of us have remained bound to hope in America. I fear I no longer share this hope. I fear far too many of us and far too often have become chained to this kind of we have been called to transform. Instead of hope that overthrows the powers and principalities of this world, we have often fallen into a continuation or a dependency or representation into the powers and principalities of this world. Our ancestors, an impossible foundation to build the imaginative capabilities of Black flourishing and imagining. Because if our hope demands the state and the everyday functions of the state demand Black death, then this kind of hope is a cannibalistic commitment as cruel optimism. For it is a hope that requires us to desire the very thing that kills us. Who taught us to have hope in empire? Moses didn't teach us that. Shipra and Miriam didn't teach us that. Esther didn't teach us that when she stood against empire. Jesus didn't teach us that when he stood face to face with Caesar, who lied to us and told us that having hope in this slave ship called America was a virtuous thing, a religious duty, a Christian sacrifice. Who tricked you? This kind of hope, a misplaced hope, a maligned hope, a sinking hope, a cruel hope is nothing more than an invitation to a seat at the table for a feast where Black flesh are on the menu. Hope. It's how we relieve ourselves of the gut-wrenching anxiety of participating in a system that is inherently we chant to ourselves in what Rebecca Wilcox names as distorted mirrors every morning to savage the shattered fragments of Black sanity. This hope is a fairy tale. It is a story we whisper to our children and the generations after us to allow them to step in as well. This hope is a noose. It is a startling, exfoliating experience that leaves Black bodies hanging on the everyday ropes of civil society. Ultimately, this hope is killing us. Radical and creative alternatives lay dead at the hands of this kind of hope. By this, I mean we must wrestle with how hope being inside the very structures we should be seeking to abolish. How many dreams of otherwise ways to imagine politics and decentralized power lay dead because of hope in this country's brand of democracy? Accountability lay dead because of hope in law enforcement. How many dreams of otherwise ways to form communities of restoration? How many dreams of otherwise ways to create networks of mutual aid and care lay dead because of hope in capitalism? How many dreams of otherwise ways to its capacity to bring about Black liberation. We must embrace hopelessness as a prophetic gift from God. Pervasiveness of anti-Blackness. There is no hope in America. This is where our hope begins. This is where our organizing begins. The faith of our foreparents would call it a hope against hope. A hope in our Creator against hope in America. A hope in our communities against hope in America. A hope in ourselves against. With this argument is that it might not make you feel better. Not that, inspiration. It won't directly ease your fears about your Black child. It won't allow what Ann Jones called a deep collective sigh of relief when the machinations of empire exchange hands from one state agent to another, even when that state agent is Black. It certainly won't help you close out a good sermon, but it will keep you from sinking into something worse than not. In conclusion, I point toward Captain Mumford's slave ship once again, because in that trip back from the West Coast, something strange happened. Somehow, some way, the cargo got loose from their chains, and all hell broke loose.
Associate Minister of the Riverside Church, thank you for those inspirational words. Also, brothers and sisters, remember Wednesday night, National Action Network. It'll start at 5:45. You can get all the Zoom in information online. And then on Thursday night, September 30th, is legal night here at National Action Network. Both nights, Wednesday and Thursday, the 29th and 30th. Make sure to get all the sign-in information online at nationalactionnetwork.net. Right now, the Change Ensemble. I'm so trouble don't last always. I'm so bad, it's always. I'm so bad, I'm so bad. Trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always. No, trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always. Listen. Ain't that your time? In times of trouble, I found him to be a friend of mine. He'll be there, be there. All of my burdens, I know the Lord help you to bear. Hey, I'm so glad. Trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always. Yeah. Trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always. Oh, we've been back. We've been back. It goes for now. Be alright. We've been back. It goes for now. We've been back. It will be alright. Come on, if you're glad you trouble on, that's the way. Why don't you put your hands together? That's trouble on that. Say it again. I'm too big. That's the way. That's the way. Say it again. That's the way. Everybody say, trouble don't last always. No, trouble don't last always. Come on and say, trouble don't last always. Say it again, trouble don't last always. No, trouble don't last always. That's fine. Say, trouble don't last always. That is a Change Ensemble under the direction of Minister Tyrone Richardson, our music. Brothers and sisters, right now, if you're here, I want you to get on your feet. If you're at home, I want you to put your hands together for the president and founder of the National Action Network, the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. No justice, no justice, no justice, no justice. What do we want? What do we want? When do we want it? When do we want it? When do we want it? Fist bump the person next to you, tell them you love them. Every Saturday morning, we try to come tell you that change will not happen by magic. It will not drop out of the sky. It will not happen because you clap your hands and praise. It will happen by organizing and struggling and going against all odds. Even you got to fight anyhow. Even when they say you're less than what is best, you have to fight anyhow. Organize it. If you keep on struggling, your change will come. Your change will come. Your change will come. Your I was raised in Brooklyn, New York on welfare and food stamps. They told me in school I would never be nobody. But I kept on believing, and I didn't have some kind of fantasy. I had a strategy. Some of y'all have social fantasies, but you need to have a social strategy. Walked with generations ahead of me, Dr. King and others. I learned that if you hold out, if you won't let go, weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning, and your change will come. I went down to Arkansas many years ago, and they introduced me to a young man who was an heir of the Walton family. And the Walton family owns the Walmarts all over the world. They are very conservative. They're on the right wing. This was many years ago, but I thank God that I lived long enough that God took another person, took a mother, a nurse, a community organizer, didn't have billions of dollars, didn't have the machine on her side, but knocked on doors and worked in the march with us in Washington every time we went. There is going to be written in American history, there's another Walton. There's a Walton against mayor of Buffalo, New York. If you hold on, Sister Walton, your change will come. National Action Network Change Ensemble, give them a hand. Give them a hand. And we're happy to be with you another Saturday morning. for the Saturday Action Rally for you that are here at the House of Justice, 106 145th Street in the Village of Harlem. You that are listening live on 1190 WLIB AM in New York and the platforms around the country, will be on Impact TV in a moment to give our report on where the action is. Give a hand our musical director, Minister Tyrone Richards. Let me say that we are happy. I see they're not here. I want to wish a happy birthday. I heard it announced earlier. Gwen Carr is speaking in the South. She's here for her birthday, where she. On tomorrow, let me get the announcements out of the way. I have a lot to cover in this next hour. On tomorrow, we will be out 3 Morningside. They're going in their new edifice, Reverend Shane Hilliard. And that was our friend. He was one of the original board members of National Action Network, Reverend Johnny McCain. And he fought to keep that church alive. And I'm going to be preaching there, going Reverend Shane Hilliard as succeeding pastor. I'll be there with Madam McCann and the St. Luke Church. Meet us there as we remember John and open up this new edifice for St. Luke's. And they told me they was going to have Bishop Tyrone Richardson meet me. I said, who is that? We'll talk about that off radio. Also, don't forget, now, you know, we did a lot of things this week, and I'm going to get into it in a minute. But as you know, I went down to a question of what they're doing to our brothers and sisters from Haiti. And I'm going to deal with that tonight and tomorrow on Politics Nation. Make sure you watch 5 o'clock on MSNBC. I'm going to have Congresswoman Yvette Clark on. I'm going to have other what they're doing and not doing. I'm going to deal with that tonight and tomorrow. Also, Congresswoman Adams about HBCUs and other things. So watch Politics Nation on MSNBC show. And I don't know, funny thing happened. Some told me it might have been the spirit that Minister Richard was talking about. It might have been one of them funny monsters in the bed, but some told me she's going to be on again. I'll talk to Minister Richard and find out if that's some monster or something or not. Give him a hand, Minister Richard, ex-third. And we certainly enjoyed him, and he broke that thing down, because a lot of y'all, some of us had to wrestle with getting off dope, and some of y'all need to wrestle getting off hope. Both of them are addicted, and he broke that down. I really enjoyed him. And then I was asking Mr. Richard, I'd not heard before. Y'all have background in him? No. But he's Village Minister Stephen Marshall. But after he opened up and went from Jesus to Malcolm and put me in that category, he come in and said, let's find out whenever he's available. Yo, he might be Riverside, but he knows the Black church tradition. If you pump up the pastor, you get free reign. You know, we ego suckers like that, you know. Give him another hand, though. We really enjoy it. Let me repeat, as Attorney Hardy has said, that on Wednesday that you want to try and get addressed. Our regional director, Brother Perkerson, Derek Perkerson, initiated this. And what we're trying to do is service people in the community. Rallies are people get up and come on Saturday morning. People have individual problems. And sometimes you need to just direction. Sometimes we build our movements so high that they don't deal with the things on the ground. Movements are from the ground up. I don't always have a problem that is on a congressional level. I may want to have a problem like light on the street corner of my house, or some other issue or some other matter. So I want us to deal with crisis night 5:45 on Wednesday night. Then Thursday night, you that have legal problems, know how to pursue them or to follow them up. All you have to do is come and legal night. Attorney Hardy has started this. It's now in our chapters and various Wednesday night and on
Thursday night. And Thursday night, last Thursday in every month, we've been doing legal nights for 11 years, is the last one of the year. October is the last one. So Thursday night, you can zoom in. Go to www.nationalactionnetwork.net and you can get all the Zoom information. And for you that are older and don't know how to Zoom, this is not Aretha song, Who's Zooming Who. This is your daughter, your niece, somebody to teach you how to do Zoom. Some of y'all be done blew a circuit out your house trying to Zoom. But we want y'all to be a participatory. Aid, who gave a great statement this morning, and I want to give her and Ashley and our huddle a big hand. Give them a big hand. We are now welcome our Impact Television family watching us all over the world. I want to commend Huddle. They went and marched yesterday, had a rally yesterday in front of the Haitian consulate here in New York. Before I get into that, I was waiting on Impact to come on. A lot of you that are watching us on Impact, our national Black gospel television station, let me tell you something. When we fought historically for the right to vote and this system to move it toward change, when I was born, most Blacks were Republican. My mother and father were Republican. My Bishop Washington, was Republican. The reason that they were Republican was because that was the party of Abe Lincoln. And that had passed 2 or 3 generations from Lincoln all the way until after Eisenhower. In the early 60s, a man was elected named John Kennedy, who was a Democrat. And John Kennedy started over there, but he was more moderate and more inclusionary than his opponent, and a Republican named Richard Nixon. Nixon felt because he had Jackie Robinson, the baseball great, and all Blacks would get in line. In the middle of the campaign, Martin Luther King and others who had led the Montgomery boycott, they had succeeded in standing up for Rosa Parks. Martin Luther King, after the Montgomery boycott, they don't write about this a lot, Minister Rich, was indicted for stealing the money from his nonprofit. Y'all don't read about that. They accused him of income tax fraud, saying he took the money from the Montgomery Improvement Association and indicted him, am I right, honey? And put him on trial in Montgomery, Alabama. Because of the parole, and he went and did something that they said violated that, they put Martin Luther King in jail in the mid-60s, rode him in the middle of the night, and his wife and them did not know where they drove him to and was afraid they were going to kill him. It became a cause celeb throughout the Black church world. And Robert Kennedy, who was the brother of the candidate for President John Kennedy, told his brother that you ought to call Mrs. King and express your concern. In the middle of the National Baptist Convention, Adam Creighton Powell came out and said, the Democrat, who Powell was a Democrat, John, what jail Dr. King is in, and he's fine. At the convention, Blacks start taking off their Nixon Republican buttons and became Democrats. Now, I tell that story for 2 reasons. One, we were not born Republican nor Democrat. We were born like everybody else, that we would go with whatever served our interests. The reason we went Republican, we felt Lincoln and the Emancipation Proclamation, even though we did more to free Lincoln than he did to free us, but that's another Saturday morning. Because if they had freed the slaves, we joined the Union Army, it would have been a different result. We went with Kennedy and eventually Johnson because the Democrats spoke for civil rights and voting rights. We got the Civil Rights Act of 64 under Johnson, Voting Rights Act of 65 under Johnson. And why do I say that? Adam Creighton Powell, Shirley Chisholm, who I was our youth director for president, all of them were in the Democratic Party because that's the way that party never was all the way progressive, but it was just better than the alternative. Progressives came in the Democratic Party and tried to move it more toward us, and that has been a fight we've always directed of her campaign when she ran for president. Shirley Chisholm had a battle of both racism and misogyny. What I mean by that, she had to fight whites that were saying, who does she think she is running for president? And black men that said, who does she think she is? 1972, there was the National Black Political Convention in Gary, Indiana. I went, Percy Sutton paid my way. We didn't have no money. My mother was on welfare. He paid my way to go. I was the youngest one on the convention. Shirley Chisholm was running for president. She was not even invited to be at the convention. I'm talking about the Ungawa, super black, but did not want a black woman that was running for president to come to the convention. Some of the elected officials, some of the then Black Caucus members had already made a deal to endorse George McGovern against Shirley. I was in the room in Gary when they said she couldn't talk. She couldn't be invited. I was in the room back in Brooklyn and watched Shirley Chisholm cry, saying that I don't understand why we can't get up off each other's back. This woman in the streets in Buffalo never was a part of the inner crowd, never was a part of the establishment. She did it the old organizing way. And I'm saying to you all that watching me in Buffalo, that if she ran a fair, let nobody come and finance you against your interests. Now, I know her opponent. I ain't never had a problem with her, but fair is fair, and right is right. And we fought too hard to be. And this ain't never about us. Let me tell you something. Everybody in here was born, right? Anybody dropped out here from space? I know they had SpaceX. Ain't none of y'all come back on the space news flash. You gonna die. I don't know when, but you leaving here. My grandmother used to tell young men wanting to date my mother at a certain hour. She said, you ain't got to go home, but you leaving here. But I'm telling y'all, so don't get so caught up in yourself, and don't get so caught up in your career, and don't get so caught up in your position that you think it all is about you. You do the best you can in your time wrong. Nothing worse than people that act like God created the heavens and earth for them, and that everybody's supposed to serve you, then you become a servant for others. That's why the Bible says the greatest is the servant. And that's why some of our leadership becomes obsolete, because they don't serve nobody. I remember 10 years ago, and about 10 years and 2 weeks ago, India, I started doing Politics Nation show syndicate. People talk about, oh, he ain't gonna be in Harlem now every Saturday. He ain't gonna be marching no more. I've done every Saturday here. I did Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, all the way to George Floyd. Well, to be a TV host or radio host, I started to be part of a movement. Those things are platforms. I know who I am. Too. In line with that, as we watched and saw the pictures of these Border Patrol men with whips in their hand, on horseback, backing up and corralling people from Haiti seeking refuge in the United States. We started doing Zoom calls and saying that, well, what are we going to do? And got the White House on the phone. Everybody was not answering and saying things. And that's when I said, well, I don't know about nobody else, but we need to go down there and stand with our people. Because let me tell you something, I didn't say that casually. They are our people and we are their people. You sit up here acting like we all got here by design of our parents. Like your great grandmama got on the internet and took a cruise to Alabama or Mississippi or Haiti or Trinidad. We were all slave traded and put on ships, slave ships. And in the Atlantic, some ended in Brazil, some landed in Haiti, some landed in Trinidad, some landed in Mississippi, some landed. It was the currents of the ocean. It was not somebody made a package deal for you to come to America. So don't you divide yourself when you were united and bonded in being enslaved. Like if I took you right now and kidnapped you and your family and brought y'all to my house to serve me free, and your son in the dining room and locked y'all in, and y'all come out a year later talking about I'm dining room Negro. No, you all my Negroes that work for me. So all this about, I don't know about the West Indians. First of all, we all are former slaves of Africa. And Indians, the reason they call it West Indians is Columbus was looking for Indians. When West Indians, they're Africans in the Caribbean. So I said, I'm going to go down there. We need to go and stand. Now, the background is, if y'all remember, some of y'all do, a couple years ago when they were putting young Mexicans in these little caves in Texas and was locking them up. I went down there then. All of us went down and stood against what they were doing to those young Mexicans. So this ain't just me going now. I went then, and I'm certain it was going this to get a delegation of ministers and civil rights leaders. Reverend Freddie Haynes, Pastor Friendship West, who's on our national board, said I'll go. Reverend Jamal Bryant, pastor of New Birth Baptist Church in Atlanta, called me and said, when we going? Before I could call him. Jennifer Jones Austin of Protestant Welfare Agencies here in New York, daughter of my pastor and mentor, the late Dr. William Jones, she said, I'm going. I called the former ambassador from the United States of South Africa, who is Haitian, Patrick Gaspar. He said, I'll go and interpret for you. And we built up a delegation to go. Then the night before we go, y'all should cancel, don't come. And I told them, I don't know what y'all doing, but I'm going. And they arranged for the Secretary of Homeland Security, the Maracas, to get on a Zoom call with me. And he said on the Zoom call that they would make sure that I for the refugees. I call them refugees. We flew down there and got to our, when we landed at the airport, did a press conference. Went out there, and let me tell you something. I've been to Rwanda, I've been to Sudan, I've been all over Haiti and other places when they had emergencies. Nothing prepares that are living in the elements. There's no place for them to sleep. There's no place for them to bathe. The same Andre the Chef that worked with us, with Katrina Jefferson, feeding people here during COVID, has set up food bank down there to feed them. And they set up medical stations for them. But other than most of them out of the element, there were still about 1,200 people there when I was there Thursday. And as I was allowed to go to the fence and started talking to them, and Patrick Gaspard interpreting for me, I asked them, why are you here? And they said that our president was killed. President of Haiti was killed. The government crumbled. There's nothing but gang warfare going. We are afraid. I said, do you think you want to go home? No, we don't want to go home. And I talked to several of them, led them in prayer. Went back to all our out press conference. They had some Trump guys heckling and carrying on, but they don't understand that I know how to heckle. It was off because you're supposed to heckle. They need to give me some heckling lessons down there. Somebody asked me at the press conference, they said, well, why does the United States have to let them in? One, you're supposed to represent, and you're supposed to say that you are a country that claims that you welcome those that seek refuge. But then let's go to the history. I thought I'd do a little research this morning. Let me tell you something. Haiti was rich in tradition even before Spain conquered Haiti. You go back even before the 1690s, when there was the conquering of Haiti and wealth that could be built from them. In 1697, the Spanish and the French signed a treaty which gave France the western third of the island. What is now Haiti and the Dominican Republic is on one island. Half of it Spain occupied. The other half France occupied. To have that, now, it started being known as Saint Dominique. It produced 60% of the world's coffee, 40% of the sugar imported by France and Britain in the world. Y'all got that? So this wasn't about just looking at the ocean. This was about sugar and coffee and profit for France. How did they make a profit? Same way they made a profit in the United States. They had free unpaid labor. Anybody can get rich if you don't have to pay the labor. Unlike what succeeded here, the slaves, the enslaved, rebelled against slavery in Haiti in 1791 and ran the French off the island, led by Toussaint L'Ouverture. Napoleon, supposed to have been the great warrior, got beat in Haiti. Never forgave Haiti for. But let me get to the U.S. part. From 1868 with Andrew Johnson as president, all the way to William Howard Taft in 1910, all the way to 1911, all of these were manipulating, taking over power in Haiti, loaning money to the Haitian government and letting them default, which gave them more power, and since the 1700s. So when you hear them talking about how Haiti is the poorest nation by some osmosis, they're not poor by lineage, they were broken. And a lot of the break-in was done by the United States of America. It was the U.S. that propped up dictators that exploited the people in Haiti while they lived in palatial homes and enjoyed the fat of the land with the protection and alliance. They have a right to come here because you went there and exploited them. Just like many said that you've got to give refuge to the Afghan people that helped the U.S., well, then that's fine. Then give refuge to those that were exploited in their homeland, that need help. If you talk about asylum, I asked the Secretary of Homeland Security, if you got a country, the president was assassinated, the chief prosecutor said the prime minister is a suspect, then you get an earthquake. If that don't qualify for asylum, tell me then what asylum means. You got folk right here that ain't went through none of that you gave asylum. So either you're going to have one set of rules or we going to be there if it wasn't for us. You would not be there if we had lined up and voted like we never voted before. We're not. My name ain't Al Biden, it's Shopton. My name ain't Al Schumer, it's Shopton. I didn't vote you my vote. Don't act like I'm your boy. I'm a grown man. At the same time that we fight in Haiti, we get a call, Senator Cory Booker, Congresswoman Karen Bass, that Senator Tim Scott, a lot of y'all watching South Carolina, said that we can do the George Floyd George Floyd policing bill. But we can't get the police associations to agree with qualified immunity. Qualified immunity means that the policemen and the police locals are liable civilly, as well as if you are a victim of police misconduct, then not only does the victim's family get to pay the city, get to sue the city.
Amen.
Why do y'all want to do that? Because if a policeman knows that if he draws his gun and shoots unarmed people and is found liable, he can lose his house and his car today when you go to work. But if they feel that if they err, that the city will pay the tab, there is no incentive for them to deal with the training and work. So we got into this season where cities started paying victims rather than giving justice. Well, there ain't gonna be no indictment, but we give the family millions of dollars. Well, the family should have millions of dollars because you took away an earner from them. But that's not justice. And they gave a settlement to the family, but we wanted justice. That's why we stayed on this case till they convicted Chauvin. But now, Chauvin was one of how many and have federal law. And you cannot have federal law after George Floyd's name. And we supported Cory Booker and our sister Congresswoman Karen Bass saying we will not stay in the committee if we take qualified immunity off. And they walked out. And we supported that. And we're saying Biden needs to give what he can on executive orders, and that'll hold till next year's election. And then we're going to put in a Senate and a Congress that will give us a George Floyd police. That's why I tell you, y'all can't come to one rally and it's over. This is a long distance fight. Minister Richard, they had the Montgomery bus boycott, December 1955. It was a year. They walked. Theme there was they walked with dignity rather than ride in shame. For 1 year they walked. Y'all go to one march every 3 years in Washington and act like you ate from the Randolph. They walked for 1 year. And even then, it took another 8 years to get the Civil Rights Act. We struggled to get there.
All right, guys, if you want to watch the rest
and other
segment of the National Action Network of Reverend Al Sharpton, man, it's already 12:12. Ooh, then you can go to his live videos on the National Action Network on Facebook, or you can also find the video clips of him, ministering every Saturday at the National Action Network, 106 West 145th Street in the heart of Harlem, right next to, Lenox. I don't know, in New York, they call it 7th or whatever, but anyway, is it Malcolm X or Martin Luther King? But either way, Lenox Ave and 106 West 145th Street is where the National Action Network is. You could get into the action with Rev Sharpton by tuning in to these live broadcasts either on Facebook, his website, or joining live at the actual location that I just gave you. This particular segment about Haiti and the immigrants, etc., was actually on September 25th, 2021. And he did go to Texas. He stood up with the migrants. Reverend Al Sharpton came to Brooklyn and stood up with us as well. The Haitian community. I have such a love for Reverend Al Sharpton, and a lot of times people don't understand this, and I don't have to be in his face every week, which I was, for years, but because of, life's strange circumstances, I couldn't be at NAN for like a year because of issues that developed and then the baby and all these other things. But understand that I'm an activist and Rev is always on my mind. So is the movement. So is the work that we with this type of heart do every day. It's not easy when you have to stand up and fight for the people continuously, and you don't always see immediate results, not even long-term sometimes results, but we have to keep fighting. And I want to share to Reverend Al Sharpton, if he does happen to get a wind of me sharing this or what have you, and talking about this publicly, I really appreciate this man for all the work he's done. He has the strength to keep fighting for us, even when, these politicians don't do their end right of the bargain, they don't keep their word, etc. It's a very hard journey that Rev goes through on a daily and a weekly basis, but he never gives up and he never gives in, just like the song says that we sing at NAN. So with that being said, that day was a very hard day for me to get up in front of everybody on September 25th to discuss not only the Haitian people that were coming to the border and getting beaten, but also, again, the death of my sister, Sharika. So it was a very hard time that I went through last year. But in the end, I kept going forward, I kept fighting, and God has blessed me to leave a legacy behind. And hopefully I'll have another couple of kids, either that or adopt. Either way, guys, thank you for tuning in. This is like probably one of the longest shows I've done because I had to play this part for you guys and show you what Rev said so you could hear for yourself. He wasn't playing with Biden. He's like, I am not Al Biden. Okay, I am not your boy. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Thank you for all the love and support. Tonight was, wow, amazing. And on another show, I'll get into some hot tea in the YouTube streets. Love you guys. Good night. Bye. Shut it down, shut it down. Let's shut it down, shut it down. Stop share. Let's end. Good night, guys.